back to Between the Ribs with Jonathan Morris on Florida Man Radio.
During the break, Heather found on TikTok?
No, well, I mean, I was looking through memes and pictures of this Luigi guy. They've got all sorts of websites with people that are like praising him. They've made memes, yay, Luigi. And then
Right.
it's sick.
And the one you just saw was Patriot Saint of F Around and Found Out.
Yep.
And then he got a tattoo of 3 bullets on there.
Defend, deny, depose, right.
And then I get kicked off of YouTube for a week, or a video blocked out on Facebook for
we
harvesting
only
a
got
lamb.
like 1 or 2 more warnings and we're done. I mean, I guess.
Are we still getting warnings?
No, but we're like to our limit.
Oh, but yet they can put that on social media.
Yeah.
And that's okay. Just like when that cat up in Michigan, or was it Minnesota, that was threatening me after the election, and he was also threatening other people that were on my pages and making comments about he was gonna, shoot every Republican he saw.
Right.
And I'm not big on calling the police, but somebody tagged a sheriff deputy on that thread or whatever you call it. So, the sheriff, he's a buddy of mine. He reached out to me. He's like, "Hey, Jonathan, are you all right?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'm fine." I was like, "If that cat comes down here, like, I got something for him." He's like, "Well, we need to do an investigation anyway, because I guess there's terrorist laws, anti-terrorist laws
Good.
around elections.
Good.
And no matter what side you're on, anything you put in printed word, whether it be on social media, a letter, email, anything, if you put death threats in a printed word because of an election or an election outcome, even if you're not threatening the person running for office, like you're threatening their supporters, then supposedly ATF, the FBI, state police have to get involved." So I was like, "Yeah, dude, if you want to check the guy out," I was like, "Here's his address." I was like, "I've already looked the cat up. He lives in a tiny house on a piece of property with 8 other tiny houses and a couple travel trailers with no truck hooked to them, little bitty RVs." And I was like, "He's a 51-year-old dude.
Who needs a dog?
Yeah, he needs a therapist. He needs something. He needs a wife, a girlfriend,
He
a
needs
PayPal.
a dog so he can start cuddling with the dog and taking it for walks and getting some exercise and some fresh air.
Yeah, it was kind of cool, though, because I never heard back from the sheriff. But the next day, the cat made another threatening post, and somebody who followed me was like, "Hey, don't worry, Biggie. If he comes down here, call me. I got something for him."
Oh, boy.
And I responded, "No, he's a 51-year-old dude that lives in a tiny home in this place, in this lot." Homeboy went quiet. He went crickets. As soon as I didn't put his address out there.
Right,
but,
you didn't
but,
dox him.
But
It
I
was
put
just-
enough out that he knew I knew where he lived. And all of a sudden, he went absolutely quiet.
Good.
Good. Right?
Yes.
But that's how you bully the bullies. That's what I'm all about.
I just shut one up once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, actually, there was, okay, so I've mentioned the crazy neighbor a few times. She just
yeah.
drinks an awful lot. She was threatening my kids one day, and I got it on video, and then she approached me and was threatening me. I didn't go to the cops because I'm not trying to ruin her life,
Right. Put it on social media?
but I put it on TikTok, and that went viral. Very
Oh, wow.
viral. So viral that she was getting messages that she was on TikTok.
Really?
And her husband came over and talked to my husband, and
Oh, how polite of him.
this middle school drama ended.
Very fastly.
But she's still drunk and yelling at people. It's fine. It's fine.
No, it was funny. We had somebody attack us at Morris Family Farms on social media, right?
Not cool.
And literally, before we could say a word, there was so much going her way. And I think it was back when we were doing our daytime show with Florida Man in Central Florida, because she also called the station and either sent an email or a text or something. So we talked about it live on air. This is back when Stedman was messing everything up for me, accidentally unplugging stuff, and we'll call him Footloose.
Continue.
So we just talked about it on air, and the lady got so many messages. She actually texted JVC about harassment. And, Shane, he looked out for us. He's like, "Hey, that's not harassment. Like, you started this. You came after them. They have their right." And he's actually not responding to you. These are people that love him that are responding on his behalf. We can't stop this.
I love
And literally, she shut her Facebook page down, or she made it private or whatever.
Privatized it, blocked everybody that was on that
where you
thread, so
couldn't
nobody's
find,
gonna look for
you couldn't find her, you couldn't talk to her, and it's just
deleted all her old comments.
Yeah, the power of good people. That's why it's Morris Mafia. That's why we're Morris Mafia. We're not the Army. We're not the anything else. We're the Mafia because our extended family unit is dangerous.
And hey, if you Google Morris Mafia and Linktree, you'll get all of our links.
Yes, I'm actually thinking when we get a little closer to 500, because that's even though that's not a huge number.
What? Because
on YouTube.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
pushing YouTube right now.
Okay.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Instagram's growing. We're up to like 107 or something.
TikTok's over 500.
TikTok's over 500. All right, cool. X is like, around the 180-ish mark. I really haven't figured X out yet. I don't know how. I don't know what. Anyway, I'm not that concerned about X. But Facebook is up, 1,200 or so. But YouTube is really where I'm pushing it because I want to start putting out more stories. I want to start doing more shows. So I'm really trying to build an audience there, and then we'll start working on like
sure
Spotify.
do like to censor us though. I'm just saying.
Yeah, isn't that crazy?
I'm just saying.
The
one
one
that you're working for.
The one we're getting the most traction on. Like we're getting a lot of traction. Like if
That's
you look
why
at
they're shutting us down.
if you look at like the views, 32,000. We got
Yeah.
32,000 last month.
Yeah.
That's more than 1,000 a day.
Yeah.
That's really
Oh, you've got several videos that are yeah. You're doing fine there.
yeah. So, anyways, I'm thinking when we get closer to 500, I'll either give away a couple more steaks to get pushed over 500. I want to do a giveaway as a two-way street, or maybe some T-shirts, some merch gear. I don't know if the camera can see this. John, the Petrie family, made me these.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, she got all kind of different cups and glasses. So we're going to start giving her a shout out. She can make these. You can get them shipped directly to your house, or you can buy them. At some point, you'll be able to get them if we have a merch page or whatever, however we're going to do that. We'll figure that part out as we go.
Well, your new web guy will get on all that.
Oh, yeah, maybe Ryan can take care of that for me.
Yes, Ryan.
Ryan, if you're listening, sell my cups. This is full of sweet tea, by the way.
Because Jonathan is no longer drinking Red Bull.
I'm going to try my best.
He said he replaced it with a Celsius this morning, and I laughed.
I actually drank 2 Celsius because they make them so small.
I think the Celsius is my fault because you saw me drinking it one day and I gave you one of mine and you were like, oh, this is fruity and yummy and it doesn't taste like I'm drinking bleach. Sign me up.
I don't know. I love the flavor of Red Bull. That's the bad part about it. But actually, I commandeered 2 of the Celsius because Aurora, during our White Elephant at Morris Family Farms, Organic Meats, we did our White Elephant Christmas party. And Aurora won a case of Celsius
Nice.
for her White Elephant gift.
That's nice.
So I commandeered a couple of them. All right, let's get to these drones.
Yes.
Now, I have a problem with the drones. I know we've all been talking about it. Everybody's heard about it. But I honestly feel that the government is hiding something. The government knows something. Because every time another drone sighting is cited, for terrible English, the lead investigation automatically goes to the FBI, Homeland Security, ATF, state police, county police, town cops. They immediately turn it over. And I get it, okay? But as soon as Mayorkas or whoever else gets involved and makes a statement, they come out and they continue to say there's no threat to the public. We have not identified any threat to the public. No one needs to be concerned. Well, we have laws that prevent aircrafts from flying in certain spots. We have laws about regulations of height, where they can fly, where they can't fly. And it's not like there's 1 or 2 drones popping off. They're coming in bunches of like 13, 47, 53, 39. It almost seems like a coordinated attack or a setup.
I think it's a flash mob of drone enthusiasts.
And nobody's snitched yet. No one's turned over.
Oh, no. They're having too much fun with this. Are you kidding?
No one's accidentally put out a post that spilled the beans on everybody.
No.
My wife actually wants me to do what I've already started working on, If I Were the Devil Part 2. Paul Harvey nailed it. If you ever listened to If I Were the Devil from Paul Harvey, he nailed it. And he did that 60 years ago. But If I Was the Devil Part 2, and I knew the rapture was at hand. Now, the Bible's very clear that nobody knows the time or the place, only the Father. And when he says, let's go, is like nobody knows. So all these false prophets They keep telling you when the world's going to end and the Mayan calendar and the blah, blah, blah. They've all been wrong every time because it's all fake. Only God knows when he's coming back. And I guess being God, you can keep things from yourself. I don't know how that works because I'm not God. But like God says, like even the Son doesn't know. Even though the Trinity, the Father, the Son, the Holy Ghost, even the Son doesn't know. Only the Father knows. But Amy's got this thing in my mind now. If I was the devil, part 2, and based on prophecy in the Bible and based on things that are happening in the earth, around the earth, if I knew the rapture was imminent and I knew it was at hand, what would I start doing to trick all the people that get left behind? Listen, in our lifetime, have you ever seen footage and coverage and hearings and Senate hearings and conversations and news media talking about UFOs and all the aliens and other people living out there and other intelligence?
Just the couple. There's just the couple in the last few years.
Right, that's what I'm saying, in the last few years.
Right.
And how many stories in the last few years are we now talking about all these missing children at the border, unaccompanied minors, kids are missing. And I know we've always had...
So it's not an island, it's aliens?
No, hang on, listen.
Oh.
People are starting to just be missing. We have missing people from here, and we've always had missing people, but not at the extent that we're getting the coverage of it like we are now. And now we have drones, and we have unidentified objects, and we have weather balloons, and we have spy balloons, and we have all this stuff starting to happen. So when the rapture happens, and you wake up, or in the instant of an eye, a third of the population, I don't know how many people are just gone, they've already got us set up. We told you aliens were real. We told you UFO, this was not the rapture. God didn't come back. They're already priming us for it. Amy put this in my idea, so I got to work on, I'm no Paul Harvey, but I really want to be. If I could be anybody in radio, I'd be Paul Harvey.
I like him.
All right? If I were the devil, part 2, I'm working on that. All of a sudden, a drone is found, and we have an owner. We'll be right back.
The devil went down to Georgia. He was looking for a soul to steal.